Shalom, family. Glory be to God. Blessed be the Lamb. Ask you to indulge me for but a few moments. Good morning. Why am I here? Why do you think that I'm here? I am an anomaly, a speed bump, unnatural, not endemic, not indicative of what America has become by your actions as a creation of the Almighty. Why do you think I'm here? As evil has risen like a dark hand upon the land. This always has been evil. We have to remember America was founded on blood and stolen property, but it's beyond that. It's just a foundation. And then they wallowed in their own sin, compounding it with interest, day after day after day after day, for hundreds of years. You know, you run out of space to hide. You run out of room to avoid. At some point, there's simply nowhere else to go with it. Like now, that's a defensive era. Evil has made its strongest push yet. Everything has turned normal and acceptable in the last 20 years. That's overstating it, but it's always been there, but do wrong. And this is at the level of civil affairs, civil servants, bureaucrats, judges, bailiffs, all of them with knowing of what's going on. But then I discovered how normal that was. No one is playing by any rules. They're avoiding rules with the understanding that no one can stop them, or no one will find out, or no one can do anything about it. This is what they have believed and acted with, and it never even raises a brow. In this society, they can watch each other starve, freeze to death, and the individuals in it will still think of themselves as good. That's because this society has become shameless. Everything is normal now. Everything. We should not be shocked at really anything. Someone said that I am a passive aggressive. No. I have to realize, you have to realize how many different types of people and cultures and languages, what you would think of as passive in my 40s. I most definitely lost it in the last 2 years. There is no more passivity. Everything gets a response now. Everything, every action, every word, every thought gets a response in one way or the other. The world, when I say the world, I use the term loosely. No, let's restate that. Evil must understand that this is as far as it goes and no further. The only other place for it to go is Armageddon. Let's restate that. Reframe it rather. This country is not itself right now. It hasn't been itself in a good 15 years. 15 years. And as it slides further and further down the hill of depravity. Depravity is so depraved that no one even wants to speak on it. And it's, this is more than just a social structure. This is a social construct. It binds, since no one knows why the deer does this. And no one well, we know why you do it. Because you're consciously dead. You are. You neither fear shame, embarrassment, guilt, all of the things that would make you human, you have cast aside. This is why I question your humanity. And while you have cast these things aside, you still demand respect. You still demand to be to, to be treated as a human being. It, and yet they don't seem to get it. They don't seem to get it. It flies right by them. America is falling apart. It's coming apart at the seams. At the seams. You are completely controlled at this point. Goodness gracious. I would have never seen this coming. Texas doesn't know what's going on in Boston. Boston doesn't know what's going on in Oklahoma. They have broken you up, thoughts, at the very top of the pyramid. Okay? This is how this system protects itself. It needs to know everything. It needs to control everything. It is a system that's actually weak and doesn't trust neither its players or the inhabitants of the system. So they must be controlled and watched at all times. And you are. You are. But I don't want this to slip into some kind of diatribe about sociological devoid of love. You believe that if you mimic love, what you remember love to be and how it moves and how it acts, that is love. But it's not from one's heart. It's more love of a mechanical nature, of a knowing that I should feel this way. I should act this way. And then you mimic. That's why I call it transactional. Real love doesn't allow certain things. Yet you engage in these things while at the same time saying that I love. Love does. It's a transactional experience. And sociologically, this country has suffered, and it's dying. It is dying. I mean, if you work the numbers on American culture medically, it is dying. Some parts of this population don't even replace themselves as per death. Like for every funeral, there should be someone in the hospital giving birth. That's not happening anymore because they're dying. You're dying. If you can be controlled, indoctrinated, nurtured into becoming something that you would not have otherwise become, then you are controlled. And it explains why they would think of you as animals, farm animals that they can do whatever they want to with, because it's patently clear that they can. To them anyway, it's patently clear that they believe that you don't have in you to do what you have to do. Okay? You don't understand. Again, this is not your fault. There's nothing else to do but to go about your routine on a daily basis. It's not like that you can stop it. You can't stop it. And in the meantime, between now and the actual shit hitting the fan, you have to survive. So you have to work, you have to go to the store, and you have to pay your bills, you have to make groceries, you have to have the yard cut, just life. Just life. But understand, there's mean shit here right now. And there's other shit here to stop that, okay? And you are caught in the middle of it. You think of yourself as good and evil, sinful, wicked, right, wrong, but that which dwells within at this point is what is sinful and wicked. There used to be a time where we could blame it on the flesh and just call you carnal. That is their carnal nature, their base animalistic flesh behavior. And the flesh will oftentimes outdo the spirit. But that's not what's going on here. It is nature. Okay? These represent the seven spirits of God. Hence, we are seven. We are source because we are the beginning. We are the brain, so to speak, the mainframe, so to speak. Okay? You live in a manipulable environment. Trust me. There's nothing that I can't do with the natural elements around me. These would be the retrieval targets. But every child born is looked upon by the father as his and an innocent. So they must be included, for they have done no harm. You get it? They're innocent. And so therefore, a lot, man, too much, far too much. I wish they would just go to sleep for, a guaranteed period of time. I mean, really sleep. Really, really sleep. I'm talking about a deep sleep, but both, which they shouldn't do right now, of how to mess some more shit up. Okay? And they will. As I speak, they hide from justice. They don't believe in right and wrong as me and you would. They don't feel guilt. They don't feel shame. They don't feel pretty much anything because they're dead. They're like robots, mechanical. They wake up in the morning and they search their brains for what they got to do that day for themselves, or what scandal they're going to fight off, what lie or what maneuver, buying your medicine and buying food or buying medicine and paying your light bill. I've seen it myself. I feel sorry for them. I had told some people, I said, you guys are in the wrong business. All y'all. You know, you have to level up. I'm not going to even say it, but yes, I am. Screw it. You guys are in the wrong business. And this is like in the 2005, 2006 range. So you break in a pharmacy at high that you're missing the real business venture here. Okay? And then you have to think ahead because you're going to get caught eventually. But you already have a built-in argument because you done went to all of the senior citizens the complexes, and you done acted like the common pharmacist knocking on their door. You want to know what types of medicines that they're on. How much is it costing them? And you got to tell them that you can get them that very medication at a bargain basement. Consume what I have consumed in terms of imagery, media, audio, video, news. For me, this is intelligence to be acted upon, gathered, no matter how you see it. It's nothing more than that for me. You make it something else, but it's not that for me. Your mind is a battlefield, and the larger battlefield are the streets and highways and homes and break the wheat from the tare and burn everything else. That's pretty much in a condensed summary. Separate those two groups and burn everything else. Everything else dies. Everything else dies. That's the reality. And I've never been shy. I've never tried to make it anything else. I've been straight. I've been stated from the start that this is my mission. Period. So when mankind decides, which ain't, you can't even call it mankind at this, in 2025. In 2025, they're actually saying that they can make decisions on the lives of another people. In 2025. In 2025, I'm witnessing the rise of sexual immorality to the level of demonic. Demonic. Yet I should be quiet. I am witnessing two people claiming the same history at your knees. But if need be, a large segment of them will be destroyed. Destroyed. And you know why. You know why. It's not, at the end of the day, it's just light versus dark. At the end of the day, these are two concepts. One concept wins, one doesn't. Those who would like to live in the dark, I guess, I would assume that they have a natural right. I had to struggle with that word natural. Make sure, yeah, when for us, we just making choices here. He chose that, she chose that one chose this. It's nothing more than that. In fact, at this point, we care not about your perceptions as to what is wrong or right. Not at all. If you say that you're right, then you're right. Period. It doesn't matter if you're out here doing whatever it is that's absolutely evil in the eyes of normal. We will still consider that the decision you made is right. And all these twists, all these terms, all these stories, all these arguments, all this unnecessary war, when at the end of the day, all we really need is one big war, a big one. And which is going to happen. I hate to ruin your mornings, but it's going to happen. It's just too much evil on the world stage now. Accepted evil. The only thing that's slowing it down in any kind of way, gentlemen, ladies, is my presence. I am the only thing that it fears at this point. And this is how it is. But on the outside of them is what I eat. I catch a glimpse of it every now and then. If the little fishes would just move and let us take care of our business. The little fish, you act as a buffer. You act as a buffer. You are so in the way. This is not what I thought I signed up for, quite honestly. Quite honestly, I thought that by now that I would have a suit of darkness on the horizon by the millions, standing there in rank and file with and now we can handle up on our business. World, get ready, because only one of us is going to survive. And as it is written, they won't be here. And they know this. They know this. So they seek to solidify the battlefield in terms of what they have gained, which is nothing. Because at the end of, at the end of the day, what they have gained is you. Is you. Let me repeat that. They're everything gotten. I see now what God seen. And I seen it 2 years ago. There is no other way. It won't get better on its own. It won't stop on its own. It can't. It can't. That's not how it's written, and that's not its nature. It must be stopped. Things must be brought to justice. Righteousness must stand. End of story. And good and bad, light and dark, cannot exist at the same time on the same plane. One